lots of debate about whether England should play with a back three or a back four. Do you think you proved on Sunday that England can play with a back four with you and John Stones as the centre-backs?
I don't know. I think we played well together, yeah. I don't think we did anything that we haven't done for our clubs all season, so I don't think there was necessarily any surprises from John or myself. I think it was the first time we've played together in a back four, but obviously our whole back four was flooded with experience other than myself, so that certainly helped for me, but I enjoyed it.
What was it like having Kieran playing as left back next to you?
It was great, yeah. It was great. He's a really, I wouldn't say underrated, but he's not necessarily flamboyant, is he? But to play alongside and to be around, he's a really great guy and a really great defender. Like I said, he's got a lot of experience coming off the back of a really successful season as well. He certainly helped me, as well as everybody else who played did. But yeah, I love playing with him.
There's obviously lots of hype surrounding the game against Scotland. What kind of game do you think it will be at Wembley? And does it mean more to the players because it is Scotland, or is it just another game as far as you're all concerned?
We're aware of, obviously, the history of the game and the rivalry that it has around it. But at the end of the day, our first aim is to qualify from the group, and Scotland are the next team that we play. So it's going to be a very difficult game, of course. But at the same time, it is the next step in our progression in this tournament, and that's what we're thinking about at the moment.
And do you think their approach will be affected by the fact that they lost yesterday to the Czech Republic? Does it mean this is a game that they're going to have to win?
Maybe. I think that's a question for them to ponder. But at the same time, I think both teams are going to go into it knowing what's at stake, and knowing that ultimately we both want to win the game. They'll be preparing to try and beat England as England will be preparing to try and beat Scotland. So I think it'll be a really good game.
I just want to ask you about what happened to Christian Eriksen on Saturday. Obviously, a lot of people saw what happened. A lot of people were affected by it. As a player, how do you feel about what happened? And more generally, do you think enough is being done to monitor players and also to look after your health?
Yeah, well, first things first, obviously it's a huge relief that he's okay. The scenes that we've seen were hugely distressing for everybody, not just for players, but for anybody who was watching or who's seen it. So thankfully he's okay, as it seems. In terms of the monitoring of players and the well-being of players, I mean, we probably couldn't be in a safer place when we're on the pitch in terms of how much treatment is readily accessible. And you've seen just how quickly he was treated. Had that been somewhere else, maybe we wouldn't. Maybe people wouldn't be so fortunate. So I think on the pitch, yes, we're very fortunate to have kind of specialist care around the pitch. And off the pitch, there are a lot of tests that are done. There's a lot of technology. There's a lot of scans that we go through to try and make sure that medics know as much about our body as possible. Something like what we seen the other day was, like I said, hugely distressing. And for players, it probably puts into perspective what is important and what isn't sometimes, as I'm sure everybody went through a little bit of reflection. But in terms of the monitoring of players and our general well-being, I think we're looked after. I think the fixtures people are talking about is a whole new subject, but in terms of the well-being, I think we are, yeah.
Just a final one from me. I think you were the first Aston Villa player to play at a major tournament for England since Gareth Southgate. What does that tell us about what is happening at Villa now, and how long do you think it will be before you're lining up next to Jack Grealish in an England shirt?
I don't know. To both of them questions, I mean, the first one, Aston Villa. Yeah, we are in a good time at the moment. We're enjoying some success and some stability on the pitch after a few up and down years. But I wasn't aware of that fact about me being the most recent player to play for England at a major championship since the manager, but that's nice. And in terms of Jack, I don't know. I knew it wouldn't be long before I was asked about him. And everybody in this room and who watches football knows his qualities. So I need to try and make sure I'm on the pitch before I start worrying about Jack. But I'm sure it won't be long.